Good afternoon, everybody. It's KB5 MIQ Big Boy. Been a few days, had a little bad run of bad luck going on here. Me and the wife both positive for COVID, and finally coming out of it this week. We've had about 8, 9 days of being sick, and not much fun, I promise you. But we're coming out of it. I missed Winter Field Day. I've had a antenna issue come up, and actually today was the first day I felt like pulling my array down and fixing it. I think I got it fixed, so hopefully get back on the air tonight. But got a couple of minor subjects we're going to talk about for this week. One, I love comments. I really do. I love to get emails. I've tried to answer every one. Like I said in a couple other videos, if for some reason I don't answer your comment specifically, it's because YouTube's not letting me for some reason. So I do try to answer comments. And I like constructive criticism. If a person doesn't like my video, that's fine. Just do me one favor. Tell me what you don't like about it. Had a recent comment on an older video of mine, how to get on 10 meters, and somebody commented, this video is totally worthless. Okay, I respect your opinion, but you're not going to help me improve my channel or the information I give out unless you tell me why you thought my video was totally worthless. You know, I get a lot of good comments on my videos, and I get a few bad ones every now and then. And if I get a bad one and they address an issue, I try to correct it. I really do. And I appreciate comments, good and bad. But if I put out something you don't like, that's fine. Just give me a reason why. So maybe I won't make the same mistake again. My 10 meter Yagi is a 2-element MFJ Moxon, which is for inexpensive 10 meter beam, a very, very good beam. I've had a lot of good signal reports with it, both ground wave and skip, and I really enjoy using it on 10 meters. The driven element end of it's fed like a dipole, and one of my ends had got loose, and I pulled it down today and was able to fix it back up. I thought Jeff HKV gave me an idea, and I'm going to bring up this is going to be just a simple subject on connectors, because you see all kinds of questions on social media people have on different styles of connectors. Crimp on, solder on, what's best, what's not best, how to do this. And this gets back to the Ford versus Chevy, especially in ham radio. You're going to have the guy that tell you do it my way or you're doing it wrong. And I'm not going to tell you that. I'm going to tell you what I prefer. Now, I prefer Amphenol brand PL259s, barrel connectors, and any other connector I can if I can get it in an Amphenol brand. I think they're worth the money to pay the difference on. Now, right in the center, I hope this will pick it up good. That is a Bakelite insulated center in the center of that Amphenol connector. That is the best solder on connector I've ever used. Now, I refer to these other kind as Radio Shack. I don't have one. I thought I did, but I don't. But I've used them for years when I couldn't get these. Back when we had Radio Shack. There's a cheaper connector out there that's just got a white plastic insulator in it. And it's just stuck in the housing. And I've literally had those, once I've heated them up, solder them on, push out. I've never had that happen with an Amphenol connector. Now, are Amphenol connectors high? Yeah. I bought them at MTC and they were like $4 a piece. Actually, the last time I bought some RG8X jumpers, like a 2-foot jumper, I could buy it made up cheaper than I could buy the Amphenol connectors and the adapter and make them myself. But if you want a good connector that'll last, that'll hold up, it's worth a couple extra bucks to buy the Amphenol brand connectors, and of course MTC sells them. Man, they sell the cheaper ones too, what I prefer to as Radio Shack style. Nothing wrong with them either. Just have to be aware that you could push the insulator out. I've seen that happen. Jeff's one of the first ones that showed me that happened years ago. And I've actually had it happen to me putting the connectors on coax. So there's all kinds of different ways to do it. There's some older videos of mine where you've seen me solder connectors on. I'm not going to redo that, but if you want to use a crimp on, that's entirely up to you. I prefer a good soldered on PL259, and I prefer to use an Amphenol style connector. Jeff, Cody, and Tim got to do a little winter field day. I'm going to talk to them tonight, find out what they did. I think they did a lot more cooking around the fire, but they had a good day out there Saturday. I hated I missed it, but I just wasn't up to it. Hopefully, things won't mess me up on ARRL field day this year. Guys, we hit 540 on subscribers. I appreciate everybody who subscribed to the channel. There's all kinds of good YouTubers out there. Vern Six, Matt DeSerio, and we get this guy's call right. K, Oscar, Lima, Whiskey, Charlie. All good YouTubers out there with for ham radio related stuff that will help you out in this hobby. Seen a guy talking about log books, how to turn in a log book for a contest. I'm not the guy to answer for that because I don't contest. Not knocking them. I've made some contacts during some contests, but I'm just not a contester. But if you're going to contest, with everything today out there requiring online logging systems, you need to make sure that if you really want to participate and compete in the contest, that your logging program is compatible to help you upload your logs at the end of the contest. And that's great. I think contest is just a part of the hobby. It's like I've said before, this hobby is so broad that would be hard for any one person to say they do everything in it, because I sure don't. I like to see the bands being used. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. Sometimes it gets a little aggravating on a contest weekend when there's nobody wanting to do nothing but work contests instead of making contacts. That's part of the hobby. If it's a strictly a contact contest, like they had one here a while back, well, they're just trying to make contacts, I usually get in there and participate in it, give people a contact and help them out in the contest. But if it's a 10-10 or any kind of number hunting contest, I usually just stay off the air that weekend or hang out on 17 meters. Well, that's about all I can come up with for today. Hopefully I can get a good subject for my next video and get over this mess where I get to feel better and get on the radio some. I ain't even been on the radio in over a week. Going to plan on getting on a roundtable tonight. Remember, Main Trading Company in Paris, Texas. Excellent place for ham radio gear. You got your club pages: 4 States Amateur, Dallas Amateur, Cowtown Amateur Radio, Shreveport Amateur Radio, Farmersville. There's a Lamar 5-something page on Facebook. All good avenues for information. Your Facebook pages: Ham Radio Flea Market Trading Post, Ham Radio, Amateur Radio Elmer's, Texas Amateur Ham Radio. All good avenues for information. My call sign's KB5MIQ. My email's on my QRZ page. If you want to ask me a question, leave me a comment here or shoot me an email. And if you've got an issue with a video, that's fine. Tell me what I did wrong. Give me some constructive criticism so I can improve the channel. Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Friday nights, 7:30 Central Standard Time on 28-450 or 470, depending on if the band's open or not, or if there's anybody already occupied that frequency. That's our 10-meter roundtable. Call signs to listen to are W5DLX, WD5HKV, KI5TKY. I may have Tim's call down wrong. I had talked to him a couple times since he got on the air. Or my call, KB5MIQ. We'd love to have you check in. This is KB5MIQ, Big Boy, 73.